First off, everyone, today I have Wesley Donehue.
What's up?
What's up, man? And you started Push Digital.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only other big thing I know about you is you're a marathon runner.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I was. I'm in a semi-retirement for the last 2 months. Hadn't run in 3 months.
I did a little investigating, and I saw that you have like a slip disc.
Yeah, dude. So I ran Tokyo this year. I think I was in February. And then we're in the middle of moving. And we're still in the middle of moving like 8 months later. But my wife made me move a big green egg up some stairs. And I bent over the wrong way and slipped a disc 2 weeks before the Boston Marathon. And I'm like, look, it's Boston. Like, I know a lot of people watching this might not know a lot about marathons, but it's like the one you don't skip, right? It's like, it's hard, very, very hard to get in. And let's just say it did not go well for me. But by like mile 15, I was in serious pain. And by mile 22, I was pretty much bent over walking to the finish line. But dude, I've been in recovery, just been lifting weights. And it's the first time I haven't run in like 3 months and well over a decade, I am not missing it at the moment. I'll just say that.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm not missing it all. I mean, running can be an addiction, especially when you're running a bunch of marathons, ultra marathons, Ironman. I'm into all of it. It can become an addiction, but I'll tell you, it's definitely an addiction that I broke recently. Like I'm just like tired of it. I just need a break, like a real break. Yeah.
Dude, I have literally never in my life have I been like a long runner. I think my max is like a 5K at best. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Dude, I didn't grow up doing this. Like, I was never athletic growing up. I didn't play high school sports. And, in fact, by the time I got to college, I was just a drunk. But I don't know, about 13, 14 years ago now, I had some really high blood pressure, mostly from work. And I went to the doctor, and he was like, look, man, you should be on medication. Nobody in their 30s should have this kind of blood pressure. And he gave me a regimen. He was like, you got to stop drinking so much. You got to calm down the stress, and you got to start working out. Or you're going to be on medication. And I refused to take medication, so I joined a workout group. And to your point, it was a boot camp called F3, and about 3 months in, these guys were running a 5K, and I was like, let me go see what this is about. And I ran a 5K, and I hated it, but I fucking loved crossing that finish line and getting that medal.
That's
like
fair.
It was like, people were asking me all the time, like, do you love running? I'm like, no, but I really love finish lines, and I really love getting that medal. There's just something about the accomplishment that I really like. It's like I hate the entire marathon, but then just that accomplishment of doing something big that I really get a rush from. But yeah, so I ran that 5K, and then it was, let's try a 10K, and then a half marathon, and then it was a marathon, and then, all right, well, let's try ultras, 100 milers, and Ironman, and it just like snowballed into a clusterfuck.
That's insane.
Yeah, but so my point is, I started running because of just health reasons, and now I'm just a health nut. It turned me into something weird.
Dude, I feel that.
Yeah.
I used to work out so that I could continue to eat poorly and drink a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And then the more I started to work out, the more I noticed how bad I felt by like all the bad decisions. And I'm like, well, now I just like subconsciously just rolled into being more of a healthy person.
Yeah, and the other problem is that once you get healthy, doing anything unhealthy really sucks. Like, I can't eat fast food without being on the toilet the entire next day. Dude, or like, I can't drink without, I mean, if I drink 3 beers, I'm waking up at a minimum groggy, but like, if not a full-on hangover. And that's the only problem with being healthy. But like, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to even have cheat meals because I know I'm going to feel like complete ass.
Absolutely.
It's like you've turned your body into a well-oiled machine, and then you just put kind of crap in it. It just doesn't work like that.
It reminds me of Chris Traeger from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He's like, my body is like a micro chip or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing can get in here and affect it. I mean, it's so true though. Like I was just up at Greensboro visiting my brother. And we just like hopped around and like bar hopped and whatnot and hung out and couldn't play golf because it rained the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was feeling it. I still am. That's why when you were like, no, we'll just drink coffee today, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I drank all last week. We were at 4th of July. We went down to St. Augustine, and it's the first time that I had like one of those weeks where I really drank, and I woke up with a bad cold yesterday. I'm like, this is what happens when you're old. You can't even drink anymore without literally getting a cold every single time. So I'm taking a few days off.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe it's just middle age, man. Maybe it's not getting your body healthy. Maybe it's just now that I've reached 45 years old, I'm old, and everything hurts and sucks more.
Just freaking like 20-year-olds out there like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. You'll fucking figure it out one day,
dude. For real.
Yeah, it hits hard. When it hits. It hits hard. It's like you wake up one morning, you can't read your phone, and you're having to go to CVS to get readers. You're like, and you know, so with my eyes, it didn't happen like on any kind of a incline. It was like you know, they weren't getting worse and worse and worse. It was just like literally, I went to sleep and I woke up one morning and I couldn't see. I was like, whoa. What was that about?
Both of my parents have glasses, so I'm like, that's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
I already know. I'm like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's coming fast.
It was like, I was 44 and I woke up one morning. It was like, boom. Now you need readers for the rest of your life.
I look at screens all the time, too, so it can't help at all.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Excuse me. So aside from just the accomplished part of running, do you think it, like, is there a sense that it clears your mind? Because I enjoy walking a lot, and there's always this new stuff like walking is super great for like mental health. Which I mean, I've always been a walker, but it's just pain when I run, so I don't know if that clears your brain.
Running for me became very meditative. It was nice because it was the only time that I could get away from like everybody. My wife makes fun of me for taking like 45-minute showers. I'm like, well, it's because it's the only place I can go where people aren't bugging the shit out of me. Clients aren't calling me. You're giving me a break. The kids are giving me a break. I think it's also why, like, you know, you have these images of your dad and granddad being on the toilet for like 50 minutes at a time. I think it's the same thing. It's just like, it's the only time you can be alone. That's what running kind of was to me. It was just like my time. But now I'm really finding a ton of fulfillment from walking. So I'm lifting weights 5 times a week, and I'm walking, you know, 13-ish thousand steps a day. And I'll just go out for an hour. I'll take all my conference calls walking, or I'll just go out and kind of do meditative walking. I got a meditative walking playlist, and it's kind of my way of clearing my mind, but also I just need to be outside a little bit each day. When I stopped running with this injury, I quickly found out that like I was inside and something was missing in my life, and it was like the nature was calling me, like, where you been? Like, get back out. So I started walking a lot just because I wanted to be outside and connect with nature on a spiritual level sometimes, and that's the way I kind of have been approaching walking recently.
Absolutely, I wholeheartedly agree. Sometimes I just go lay in the grass. Yeah,
I think we're meant to be outside. I mean, we're obviously meant to be outside. That shouldn't be like a controversial statement, or it should. Like, we evolved to be outside and to be one with nature, and most of us have taken that out of our lives. So for me, I just have to be out at a minimum for an hour a day, but I try to be outside more than that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I miss those like 4-hour, 5-hour running days on a Saturday or Sunday. Like, just being out there for that amount of time, especially if you go out on like a trail. You know, like trail running is super attractive because it's just you out there with nature.
That's true. Dude, I used to run at Givens, and that was always nice.
Yeah.
It's not very long, mind you. But
no, there's a running trail over here in Goose Creek that I go to now.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just right down the road.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm not going to go run it, but...
Yeah, but you can... No, it's not a running trail. It's a hiking trail.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So,
heck yeah.
And they've got, like, a lot of people take their dirt bikes out there, but it's really cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's right over by Stratford High School.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, right down the road.
Interesting. I was about to say, because that Givens is like maybe 30 minutes, and you're just like, all right, we did a full circle.
Yeah, no, this has miles and miles and miles of trails out there.
Interesting.
Super cool.
That's nice. Since dirt, I'm assuming, not just like concrete.
No, they're dirt wooded trails.
Oh, hell yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah, you should go over there.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did a Boston Marathon with a slip disc, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that sucked.
I can't imagine.
Well, also what sucked was just the stress leading up to it, because I knew that I was not going to go into the race, and I've always wanted to run Boston Marathon, so obviously you want to run it in tip-top shape. And I was in fucking insanely good shape coming out of Tokyo, and then I lifted that grill and hurt myself. I'm like, I can't believe this. You know, I can't believe this is happening to me. And it was just like 2 to 3 weeks of a lot of stress, chiropractor every day, physical therapist. And I went to my doctor, and I don't take medication because my mom and my dad were opioid addicts, and both of them died from their opioid addiction. So I don't take medication, but I went to him and I was like, give me one muscle relaxer just in case I get to a certain point. What I was worried about is when it happened, my back locked up. So a lot of times what happens whenever you have a back injury is all the muscles around the back lock up. And it locked up on me 3 times since the injury. And I was like, I just need a muscle relaxer just in case it locks up in the middle of the race. It started to, and I took the muscle relaxer around mile 18, and by mile 22, I was loopy. Like I wasn't even running. I was like run walking. I just felt like shit. I ran that marathon in 4 hours and 15 minutes, but 6 months prior in Berlin, I ran it in 3:30. So you're talking about 45 minutes. But so it was not a fun experience, but I got it done. I was trying. So they've got this thing called the 6 World Marathon Majors. It's the 6 biggest marathons in the world, and when you finish them, you get this special big medal at the end, and that was my 6th medal. So I wasn't just running for Boston; I was running to complete the big goal, which was New York, Chicago, London, Berlin, Tokyo, and then Boston. So I basically just like said, fuck it. It doesn't matter if you end up in the hospital when you cross the finish line. Just cross the fucking finish line. And I just made myself do it.
It reminds me of David Goggins.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely like thinking about Goggins a lot. Like, what would Goggins do? Yeah.
Oh, he'd just tape himself up and just keep going.
No, I've had a bunch of experiences in my athletic career that I channeled David Goggins. There's been ultra marathons where I put his book in, or a podcast and was just David Goggins. I was like, well, you push yourself as far as you can, but then you got to have Goggins push you. He's going to have to help me through this last 10 miles on this 50 miler.
I mean, that level of motivation, I don't know if anyone could hype you up more than David Goggins.
Yeah.
I have never felt weaker or more lazy in my life than when I listen to him talk.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, he can make you feel like an asshole.
Yeah. Dude, for real.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to talk about, and it's interesting because when I was looking into your Facebook, you had a post recently that I really enjoyed, and I'm going to read a bit of it and see if you can talk about it more.
Okay.
Question everything.
Yeah.
The world is full of systems designed to keep you in line. Schools, media, government, political parties, religion, and even culture itself. From the moment you're born, you're taught to obey, conform, stay in your lane. Most of these systems aren't built to free you. They're built to control you. Mm-hmm. And it's just a tidbit of what you wrote, but I love that.
Thanks, man.
I really like that. And it kind of goes on to talk about more of like you are more free whenever you do question everything rather than taking things at face value. It took me forever to get to a point where I'm like, oh, I do have to question things regardless of how it makes me feel. And even within myself, I had to do that.
Yeah.
So what kind of brought you to that?
I guess the best way to say it is in the last 2-ish years. This started before the last 2 years, but it's really the last 2 years. And maybe it was the realization that I've hit midlife, or maybe it was just seeing my kids get older. I don't know what it was, but there's something that happens in midlife that makes you just start thinking more about life and purpose and I'm halfway done. Like, what am I doing with my life? And it hit really hard. Like, especially with my little boy turning 10 years old and realizing, wow, like he's more than halfway out of the house. Like more than half the time I'm ever going to spend with my kid is gone. And time is passing by really, really fast. And that just led me, especially in the last 2 years, on this real spiritual journey that, because before it was just like, oh, let's go to church every Sunday and you're a good person and you're going to go to heaven because you took you clicked the easy button of taking communion and saying the Nicene Creed and going to church. And I don't know, there comes a certain point where you start questioning the nature of reality and God and purpose and who you are as a person, individuality. And once you get to this point in your spiritual journey, you then start just questioning kind of everything around you for everything you've ever been told about anything. And I think also I'm maybe a little more sensitive to it because I'm in politics, so I get to see the way the sausage is made. And through my time in politics, I see the way every system is set up, from the education system to the way the media works. You get a kind of, not just from a political lawmaking standpoint, but you get a peek behind the curtain on a lot of different systems: the banking system, the medical system, the education system. You start to see how all this stuff works. You start to see how laws are made and regulations are made. And you start seeing the people running the things. Mm-hmm. And, this is going to be a lot me just blathering for a minute, but when I was younger in politics, I thought all these people were just so wise and smart and they knew something I didn't know. Then you get to my age and you're like, wow, half these people are just fucking dumbasses that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They have no idea how to run government. They don't understand finances. They don't understand the education system, even though they're voting on it. They don't understand healthcare. They don't understand anything, but they're voting on it and making these rules for us. Mm-hmm. And that just started making me question fucking everything that we're told to believe. And that also from a religious standpoint, but also just a way you live your life and the way you're supposed to follow these rules and the people that are telling you those are rules and people telling you what's right and what's wrong. Like eventually you just start kind of realizing that it's all just made up. Mm-hmm. It's just all bullshit that a bunch of weird people decide to make a rule that doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, hell yeah.
And I don't know, man. It like when I say you start questioning everything, it's a real burden because like literally everything you start questioning.
Yeah.
Like why? There's always some kind of money behind it. There's always some kind of weird intention behind it. Nothing's ever black or white. Nothing's ever cut or dry. It's like there's always some weird puppet master behind the scenes pulling the strings on this thing that you're told you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I grew up a welfare kid, but at a certain point, like in high school, it's like, well, you're a smart kid. You're in the top 10 of your high school. You're supposed to go to college. Now I look back, it's like, why was I supposed to go to fucking college? Why was that a rule? Yeah. Like higher education is such an absolute scam in this country. Like if you want to make real money right now, go be a plumber or an electrician. Why the fuck are we going to get a bunch of like these liberal arts degrees that we're never ever going to use in our career? All we're doing is getting in debt because someone told us we're supposed to go to college. Some guidance counselor who didn't know her ass from a hole in the wall, which is why she's in fucking a public high school working. Yeah. Like, and I'm supposed to just do what this lady says, like it, and that's supposed to put me on this course in life that says I have to live in this neighborhood and drive this car, and like none of it makes any sense to me anymore. Like none of it. So yeah, that's what I mean by question everything. It's like all these rules that we're told to obey and live by. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to do that?
I've seen people go after like the American dream of what they expect to like get married, have like pets, get kids, buy a house, have a nice car, and just absolutely hate their life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
That's what I'm talking about, man. And like, look, I'm very lucky in that I've got the hottest, sweetest, best wife ever and 3 awesome kids.
Or show off.
So I've really lucked out. Also, I busted my ass because I was a welfare kid and I'm in a pretty good place today. But I look at a lot of people around me as these like sheep that are just there because they're told they're supposed to be there, and they're not questioning anything.
Yeah.
And it really starts hitting hard when you start questioning like religion and the structure of the church. And like, let me just give you one example from that, and I'll stop talking so you can ask more questions. But
no, man, you're good.
I'm going to this Anglican church that I've been going to for a while in Somerville, and they got in a pissing they formed out of the Episcopal Church because of the whole gay rector thing, right? Or minister, preacher, head of the church, whatever you want to call it, you're a priest. And when they split off, they ended up getting in a legal fight over historic property and beachfront property that went all the way to the state Supreme Court. And the reason is because the Anglican Church basically said, well, now we're Anglican, we're no longer Episcopal. And the Episcopals were like, the head Episcopal Church was like, no, we own this land. And we're not talking about just like small block. We're talking about beachfront property on, is it Kiowa or Seabrook? Like beachfront worth tens of millions of dollars. We're talking about historic downtown Charleston property, right? So I'd go to church every Sunday and they would give us, at the end of the sermon, like, here's what's going on in the Supreme Court battle with the Episcopal Church. That's the kind of things they were talking about in church. And I just went home one day and I was like, could you imagine if Jesus Christ came back today and saw that his followers, like what they were concerned about is a legal fight over property and money? Like, it's literally the antithesis of everything Jesus Christ talks about, yet we're told that we're supposed to go to this church and learn all these good things because these people are telling us how to live a good life when they're doing the exact opposite of what Jesus Christ would want. Yeah. So, you just start questioning, like, and for me, it's not Christianity or Jesus or God. It's just the structure of the church itself. Like, what has the church become? I mean, I just saw that Jimmy Swaggart died, who was this televangelist. And when I grew up, that's all my mom and dad ever had on TV was like Jimmy Swaggart. Oh, yeah. And, you know, he ends up going to prison for, I think, prostitution or something. I'm like, this is the stat, you know, and you start seeing those kind of things and it makes you just, it back to your question, which I think you asked 50 minutes ago now. Why did I write the question everything is because these things just keep popping up. Whether it's at work, whether it's when you go to church, or whether you're talking to it, they just keep coming up in life to just make you question or make me question everything around me. Like, why?
Yeah, dude. For me, it started in church.
Yeah.
I bounced around between different churches. And, you know, my parents got divorced, so then it was like 2 different churches. And then from there, it's like whenever I got older, I'm like, let me go find my own church. And then through bad decisions of my own and a little bit of trauma here and there, I was just like, I'm walking away. Yeah. And the moment I walked away, I was like, oh, now that I'm like not breathing the same air of everything in church, I kind of like looked back at it. I'm like, oh, the fuck?
Yeah.
This is insane. So my faith is a bit rocky, and if anything more, it's now like on one of those, the best way to describe it is just on a personal basis, because I don't think I'm ever going to go back to a church at this point. Yeah. Which is, I think, more solid for me. Yeah. Because there's no other, like, rocky influence.
Like, I think that's good for you, man. Like, you know, for me, when I stopped caring about organized religion and the structure of the church is when I started diving deeper into the Bible and through other historical documents and other religions. But it's actually when I became closer to my faith and my belief in God and Jesus Christ. It strengthened dramatically when I left the church.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
It's,
like, I've never been closer to Christ in my life, and it was when I stopped believing in that I had to go to that church, that building on Sunday to get it.
So bizarre.
Well, yeah, because I just don't think you can put God in a building or a box. Like, they make them too small. Like, it's only through me and through this organization that you have to give money to that you can reach heaven. You're not my gatekeeper, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's so wild. No. And just the way everyone keeps tabs on everyone else. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like it's a giant like gossip hall.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. If 1,000%.
You ever been to a Bible study? That's what prayer time request is. Like, hey, please pray for Jimmy because he's getting a divorce. Or did you hear about Bobby and his alcoholism? Please pray for him.
Yeah.
Like, you're not asking us to pray. You just want to gossip.
Yeah. Who's got the hot pray topic this week?
Right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And I'm sure like not every church is like that, but I didn't find any that suited me well enough. So
yeah.
And I'm not trying to like slam anyone that does enjoy going to church all the time, but
no, I think everybody, look, some people thrive in the church. And by the way, I should also say that there are awesome churches and there are shitty churches. For me, I just found that I need something deeper. And it's very surface level because at church they're talking to the middle. They're talking to, like, it doesn't matter what your IQ is or how smart you are or how studied you are. It doesn't matter. They just try to talk to everybody. And some of us just need a deeper study and deeper relationship than you can get from an hour sermon of someone trying to talk to the middle.
Dude, really good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
The other aspect that made me question a lot of stuff was when I started learning and trying to get into marketing, which is still very new for me.
Yeah, well, but marketing is nothing but manipulation of people.
100%.
Yeah.
And the moment I see something, I'm like, what's your goal? Like, what are you trying to convince everyone to do this? Like, oh, this is like branded all this. I'm like, half of it's probably at least the most bold lie that they can come up with.
Yeah.
And it is wild because then I'm just like, everything I stare at now, I'm just like, there's lies behind everything.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I think
everything. I mean, political marketing. So yeah,
good point.
I get it. Yeah.
Dude,
all we do is manipulation.
Yeah.
Even like, and that doesn't mean manipulation is a bad thing. For me, especially, I'm at this point in my career where I can pick and choose who I want to work for. Where in the beginning, like I've got over 100 staff, and it's just got to take a paycheck to keep people fed. Now I personally took a step back from my company, and I get to work with who I want when I want. So it's still marketing. All marketing is manipulation, but at least now I get to manipulate for the good ideas and the good people.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I guess not everything is so black and white.
And a lot of people a lot of marketers are going to take offense to that. I'm not a manipulator, dude. Yes, you are.
It's the name of the game.
Yeah, that's what marketing is. They're the same exact thing.
Yeah, right. Like I got to use this specific word because it makes people feel.
Yeah, marketing is just a more positive way of saying manipulation. That's it.
Yeah. It's been wild to get into that and kind of like look around and whatnot, but it's very eye-opening at the same time. Like you said in the post, it's also a bit freeing because now you're not being led everywhere. You're kind of like questioning things when you see them, and you can make the decision for yourself.
Yeah,
being a little bit more educated.
Yeah,
which is excellent.
100%.
Not always easy to do.
No. No.
Honestly, that's with the rise of like TikTok and whatnot. When so many people, and X or Twitter, whatever you want to fucking call it, with everyone posting like real time, like politics is a great example, and you just see everyone saying one thing, and then you see the opposite of everyone saying the other thing, and it's like everyone on both sides are freaking out, screaming. But,
well, at least you're in the middle, because what happens for me and people like me is you stop getting the other side out of your algorithm at all. So it sounds to me like you are it sounds like you're more independent, where you want to hear both sides. Yeah. Most people in America are not at all. Like, you are a very small slither that you're getting both sides in your algorithm.
It's very disappointing. Yeah,
most people are getting both sides, or just one side, and getting inundated with content that just reaffirms their belief. And it's part of the problem with the political system, and specifically because of social media and the algorithms, is, if you're never going to get an opposing opinion that's going to expand your mind and make you question anything, because you're only going to get the content that's doubling down on your current belief. And I think that's a very, very dangerous place for a democratic republic to be. I don't see how this country. I definitely have a dystopian view of the future when you start talking about politics and social media, and especially as AI is coming. But because of the social media algorithm, if this continues, I don't see how this country lasts.
It's interesting.
I mean, we're just going to get more divided, and also it scares me for humanity, because like, what's going to happen to the human brain when it forgets how to like analyze something and debate within itself an issue? Like, you should always ask yourself, is what I believe true, and what is the opposing view, so I can check myself.
Not easy. Not everyone does. Actually, like you said, hardly anyone does that.
No. I mean, I want to check what I think all the time. All the time. Like, am I right here?
I know. I almost start off with everything. It was like, I haven't double checked into this, so take this for a grain of salt. But I heard this, and I'll talk to someone, and then you're like, well, while we're sitting here, let me just like look into it. And I'm like, no, 100% wrong. Yeah. So, which is.
Nobody wants to admit they're wrong these days. I think that's also weird.
Dude,
like, I'm always wrong, and I'm always fucking shit up, like all the time. I want to write a whole book, by the way. Like, my next book would be about what not to do in business. Like, because everybody writes the book about like all the stuff to do right. Be like me. I'm a baller entrepreneur. No, I want to write the book of like, do not be like me at all. Like, let me tell you these 100 like traps that you're definitely going to fall into. So here's how to avoid them, because I fuck up everything.
Dude, I would love to read that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be a hit.
So two things. First thing I want to talk about, then I'm going to come back to this book thing, 'cause I didn't know you wrote a book to begin with. But to go back to the divide, and this is like a super trendy topic right now, because I literally just saw this like 2 days ago, I think, on like Morning Brew, with Musk trying to start a different thing. Like, what?
I don't know, man. Looks to me like Elon's going through something. I don't know. It's so funny. My managing partner at Push, Phil Vangelakis, texted me like 3 months ago. He was like, Elon Musk is definitely going to start a new party. And I responded back, yep, it'd be called the America Party. And
holy shit.
Yeah, so we predicted the future was wild. Well, his PAC was called America PAC. So I kind of knew if he ever started one, it'd be called the America Party. But it was so funny going back and look at it. Look, I don't know what to think, man. It's because I'm a huge Elon Musk fan. But I could also see, like, everybody could kind of track some like real weird changes going on there over the last couple months. So I don't know. It's God, it's like, but I'm a big Trump fan. I wasn't always. I wasn't when he was running in 2016.
Right.
I became a Trump fan halfway through his term, especially because my portfolio became a big fan of his, meaning like my finances, just everything just started looking good economically. I was like, well, it turns out this guy does know what the fuck he's talking about. So became a big fan of his during re-election and this past re-election. But I'm also such a massive Elon Musk fan. But if I had to pick one or the other, like if there's a divorce and you got to go to like the custody battle and tell the judge who you want to live with, it might be a struggle, but I would definitely jump over on Trump's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but it's hard for me because like I'm a sci-fi like nerd, right? I'm a futurist, right? Like I'm a technologist.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm totally obsessed with everything Elon Musk does. Every move he makes, I'm totally obsessed with. So this divorce truly hurts. Yeah, like, it hurts me in my soul. But you know, I'm not one of these like eager beavers to jump over to Trump because it hurts so bad to watch what's happening. Because I love Elon, but I would definitely jump over to the Trump MAGA side, even if it does hurt a little bit.
Yeah, very interesting. I think my favorite part about Musk is how much he just fucks shit up, basically. I
love how like if you the richest person in the world, you can just go tell anybody to go fuck themselves. That must be nice.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
It must be nice.
I mean,
but that's what I love about Trump too, by the way. That's why I love Trump, because being part of government, and I've been intimately involved like since helping run the South Carolina Senate Republican caucus for a long time. We used to work on the floor of the state Senate, work with a lot of congressmen and U.S. senators. You start noticing that these guys that are in there a long time just become complacent. And I tweeted this earlier today. I was like, a lot of people think government is full of bad people, like politics are a bunch of bad people. That's not always the case. There are fewer bad people than you think, but way, way more lazy and complacent people. And what I love about Trump is he just comes in like a bull in a china shop, not giving a fuck, just ready to start flipping over tables like Jesus during Holy Week. And that's because that's what we need. Like we need a Trump who truly doesn't give a fuck. I actually wish Trump gave a little fewer fucks than he does. Mm-hmm. Now, I think we need someone to completely come in and just question every single part of government and upend everything. So I think Trump's just the right man for the right time.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I'll pick Trump during the divorce. Yeah.
That's so funny. I never
Trump
thought about
Trump gets weekend visitation. Elon gets weekend visitations and every other Wednesday. I think that's what my dad got. Something like that.
I know we get little flashbacks over here.
Yeah. You've been through Wednesday visitations and every other weekend.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was an interesting time of life. Thankfully, my parents are like good friends now, so like it salvage out, and maybe Trump and Musk will end up back.
I hope so.
On the friendship basis.
I hope so.
I also just feel like Trump won't give a shit the moment he's done with his presidency. He's like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like at least with Musk,
they're setting up a. I mean, Trump might be gone, but MAGA won't. I mean, this is going to continue for a while.
Good point. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, but like they're setting up J.D. Vance, and I'm a huge J.D. Vance fan. I remember when he first ran for U.S. Senate, I found his personal email and wrote him an email about how bad I wanted to work for him, and he never responded. But Hillbilly Elegy that he wrote made me cry. I mean, the book, and then when I watched the movie, I really, really, really lost it because his mom reminded me so much of my mom, and it was like if you were to take what happened in Hillbilly Elegy and put it into the North Charleston Section 8 housing, that was like my life. As you know, and so I was a huge J.D. Vance fan well before he ran for the U.S. Senate. So I am really, really pumped. And I don't have any relationship with him. I know some of his people, but I don't know J.D. Vance personally. I like to preface it with that because I know so many of these guys. I've never met him, but like I am a big fan and hope he runs for president.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just his background, man. We need more people that really pulled themselves up the way. Like also when you're in politics a long time, you see this like a lot of guys who just had everything handed to them in life, real country club type kids, and then you see a JD Vance who kind of reminds you of yourself, and you're like, holy shit,
dude, that's dope. I didn't know he came up.
From
nothing.
Dude, fucking trash.
Wow.
Single wide trailer. Mom was a opioid addict like my mom. Like you're talking about like the bad parts of like coal country, West Virginia area. Yeah, you should watch the movie. I think it's on HBO. It's called Hillbilly Elegy. He was like I can use the word white trash because I was white trash. Mm-hmm.
You're in good company.
I guess it's like the N-word. Like if you're black, you can use the N-word. So I am white trash. So I can definitely say that JD Vance was white trash. But it was awesome to see someone come from that to the fucking White House. It's like super cool for me to see.
Yeah, it is very inspiring.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's my own fault for not doing any research.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even know there was a book or anything. So
you got to, dude. Yeah, no, it's a must read. It was a must read. Well, it was a bestseller for a long time. That's how he became, and then he became an attorney, or maybe he was an attorney when he wrote the book. But yeah, that's really what put the spotlight on J.D. Vance.
Dude, yeah, okay, I'm gonna add that to my list for sure.
Yeah, do that, man.
Speaking of books,
yeah,
you already wrote a book.
Yeah, man, I wrote a book. I don't know. I think I held my opening the first day at Coastal Coffee Roaster, first signer. Yeah,
damn it.
First book signing. I wrote a book about cancel culture when we were really in the middle of it. So,
oh god,
it's a longer story. I've done so many podcasts about it, but basically, my company was very involved with SeaWorld when SeaWorld was being canceled.
Oh,
yeah, and there were multiple teams involved, but we helped lead a good bit of the strategy as well as all the marketing. This Park to Planet marketing, which they still use today, was my idea. But we basically saved the company. We meaning my company and the other companies and advisors involved, but we were part of it. But what I did was I told the story of how we all saved SeaWorld and how that applied to cancel culture today. Now we're kind of on the back end of cancel culture at the moment, but this was like really in the midst of it.
Right. Like was it right after COVID?
A lot of it was during COVID.
Okay.
I mean, it got to like this ridiculous place. And I'm so glad to see it passing by. And people always ask me like, what's going to end cancel culture? And I said it's just going to get so bad. Like the problem with cancel culture was that, in my eyes, things got so good in America that people just started making up reasons to be pissed about shit. Like they didn't have anything real to be fucking pissed about, right? Everything was going pretty well for a long time. So like, there's no drama in my life, so let's just make drama.
Yep.
And then I was like, once things start getting really bad and people start getting scared of something else, cancel culture is going to end. And that's exactly what happened. Like inflation started going through the roof. People started getting really scared about their mortgages increasing, whether they were going to be able to pay rent every time. Even if you're well-to-do, go out to restaurants and everything costs more, your groceries cost more. People started freaking out about the way the economy was going, and they kind of forgot about being pissed off about made up shit.
Yeah.
Because there was actually real life shit to worry about.
Real problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also such a waste of breath. Like you get on there like, oh my god, and which is a shame because some people, aside from like the whole canceling aspect, like some people needed to be like called out for whatever like abuse and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, of course, like sexual abuse and stuff. But
it got washed out because people were bitching about dumb shit.
Yeah, like I'm really, really excited about, and I don't know how much you follow like comic books, but I am fucking stoked about the Superman movie tomorrow. And
I've heard good stuff about it.
Yeah. Well, so James Gunn directed it. He took over the DCU. And, James Gunn did all the Guardians of the Galaxies. But what a lot of people forget is that James Gunn got fired from Marvel during cancel culture between Guardians 2 and 3 because of some tweets that he had sent out 10 years prior. So James Gunn was like a massive, massive victim of cancel culture. And then, after a couple months, Marvel begged him to come back, and they were like, tell between their legs like, oops, like, sorry, we didn't mean to ruin your life, like we should have never fired you from tweets 10 years ago. But that's what was happening. People were getting their lives ruined over pretty dumb shit, just cracking jokes. And then a lot of them didn't get their lives back, like James Gunn. And now James Gunn has taken over the whole DC universe and got the biggest movie of the summer coming out tomorrow. So thank God he survived it. But like, just you saw that kind of stupid shit happening all the fucking time. Like they didn't even care about the situation, the circumstances, if you were cracking a joke or not. They were just scared they were going to get canceled, so they'd fire you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I also know like several people were not like, I don't even know how the best way to explain this, but I heard a lot of people were, in lack of better words, are afraid to go out and try stuff.
Yeah, especially you're an artist. I mean, especially from like, I'm a creative. You can't get out there and try to express yourself creatively, especially if you're a comedian. Like,
Oh, dude, for real.
Yeah. I mean, you were scared that like, creativity should be all about pushing the boundaries, right? And that doesn't mean from like a crude way or like a sexual way or a violent way. Everybody's got their own way of creativity, but it should always be about how creative can I push my brain? How do I get my brain to the limit of my creative potential? And sometimes that goes counter to what is and is not acceptable in culture. And I just don't think I mean, like obviously there's a limit of like inciting violence and just bad, but like
Right.
you should be able to push the boundaries as far as those boundaries can go without being scared that you're going to lose your livelihood.
Yeah, and you're just gonna be rugged through the dirt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My brother's a stand-up comedian in Vegas, and even when he would come home and he would just like do pop-ups or whatever, I've heard like some of his jokes, he just gets booed immediately.
Yeah.
Now he pushes through. I don't think it bothers him in the least bit.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't ever show it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's. I totally understand. I'm like, of course, you're not going to put yourself out there because if you do even get some kind of popularity, the trolls online are going to hunt for like the worst aspect of you from like you said, 10 years ago. That's insane. Like I'm not the same person. I'm like 5 different people by then.
Yeah, like within like a year for me.
Yeah, it's just like to be, I don't know, like shunned or cast aside based upon an old version of you.
That doesn't make any sense because I mean, I truly believe that like our purpose in life is to become as Christ-like as possible, like using Jesus Christ as a role model and trying to fulfill your purpose and get as close as you can to God through the steps of Jesus Christ, specifically when it comes to about loving other people and being a good human, right? But the only way to get to there is constant improvement, constant evolution in yourself, constantly analyzing. And if you do that, it's impossible for you to be the same person you were even a year ago, because you should be on this constant journey of trying to become as close to Christ as you can. And that starts when you're a kid and you're a selfish piece of shit who thinks the world revolves around you, right? To your teenage years of just being unruly, to your 20s of probably drinking your face off, maybe in the 30s too. But then you start reaching midlife and you start really, truly analyzing what it means to be a good human being in the image of Jesus Christ. And then you look back at your past, you're like, holy shit, that was not a good version of me, but that was also 20 versions of me. And by the way, before I die, there's probably going to be another 40 versions of me.
Hopefully.
And I hope like in 20 years when I'm 65, I look back at 45-year-old Wes and the podcast and he's like, oh, I'm embarrassed by what I said. But that's what life's about. It's about constant self-improvement on this journey through reality spiritually with God.
Dude, I love that.
I don't know. Maybe not. I could be full of shit.
I mean, it sounds really good. The 35-year-old version of me likes that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just, while I was running and building businesses, I just want to be on this constant journey of self-improvement. And I want to be embarrassed by past Wesley. Because if I look back and that Wesley was better than this Wesley, then I'm not doing it right.
Yeah. I talked about this with one of the previous guests I had on here, and about how I thought in the beginning when I started to like improve myself and focus. I'm like, oh, I got there. It's almost like winning therapy. Yeah. And then you fuck up and you're like, oh wait, that's not how this works at all. This is a constant thing that you're constantly working on.
It's peaks and valleys, man. It's not ever a constant incline. Like you'll have those moments where you falter. It's like running a business. Some days you think you're taking over the world and you're going to be a multi-millionaire, and other days you're scared that you're going to go bankrupt. And it's always like up and down, and hopefully it's more like the stock market where it's up, down, but it's always that continual up. It's not always like that in life.
No.
Sometimes those valleys get pretty deep, but it's just all about getting back up and trying to become a better person.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I hope.
Plus, just learning from, like, you're never going to be the best version or the most Christ-like in that sense if you don't constantly have obstacles thrown at you. If you're not getting other people's perspective and just having to deal with so much, and like you said, like questioning things that are proposed to you. Yeah. And so, like, it should never be linear. That doesn't make any, like, we're not robots.
No,
so
not yet.
Yeah. Oh, God, don't say that.
We're going that way.
Oh, Lord. The Terminator's coming for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree.
Well, we won't be robots, but we'll definitely be androids at some point.
What about, like, I'm excited for the cyborgs.
Cyborg. We'll be cyborgs. I'm sorry, not androids. I'm sorry. I meant cyborgs. We will definitely be cyborgs. Yeah, we'll be cyborgs sooner rather than, like, within the next 10 years.
Yeah, we're kind of getting pretty close.
Yeah. Elon's going to turn us into one, definitely.
Now, doesn't
with like the Neuralink.
Yeah, I was about to say he has the link.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video? We're just going to continue talking off tangent now.
Okay,
But the person who can move their hand without it being connected.
Yeah. That's wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
I loved it, though.
They put a video up the other day with these two guys playing a video game. I don't know what it was, maybe Minecraft or something, but like, or maybe it was something like Call of Duty. But they were playing just with their minds.
Oh, shit. Did not see that.
Yeah, that just popped the other day, like last week. Yeah. No controllers at all.
That's insane.
They were just like directly connected.
Which also connects to another one of your passions, with Star Trek, and the sci-fi aspect of everything.
Well, what's really cool about sci-fi, and like people like, so when I started Push Digital, sometimes it looked like I could predict the future, which is weird because some people would be like, "Oh, you knew this was coming." They didn't literally say you can predict the future. It'd be things like, "Well, you saw this coming well before it happened." Dude, all you got to do is read sci-fi, because every inventor ever that came up with one of these concepts got the idea from a sci-fi novel. Like, the sci-fi writers think up the ideas, and then these inventors, like the Elon Musk types, the Jeff Bezos types, they take the thing they read. You know, where do you think the idea for the metaverse came around? Like, that's a sci-fi idea. Every single thing that Elon's building right now first was in sci-fi. So if you just go and read a lot of sci-fi, you're going to predict the future because you know what they're trying to build.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what the future looks like because the guys building the future are getting the ideas from the sci-fi.
I mean, it makes sense. The only people that are going to be progressing the future are the ones that are going to sit there and have the imagination to see, like, I don't know, maybe it'll be like this, and let me write this out.
Yeah, I mean, this author Neil Stephenson, awesome sci-fi writer if you're into sci-fi, but he was the first one that came up with the word metaverse, I think like 20 years ago.
Damn.
You know, and sometimes it'll take 20, 30 years, but eventually, maybe even longer, maybe 100 years, but eventually those things are going to become reality, which is also like what scares me about the AI, is because these guys are purposely building things that many sci-fi writers have told us is going to kill us. Like, most guys try to build things that look like they're going to improve humanity. Like, every sci-fi writer ever has told us that AI is going to eliminate humanity.
Yep.
So let's just go ahead and build that fucking thing.
And let it run.
Like, that's wild. Okay, let's roll.
No one seems afraid, which is exactly how everything goes to shit.
Yeah, or they'd see that they can make a shit ton of cash on it. But, look, AI is actually going to be great. I'm not a total pessimist on it. What's really exciting about it, we could talk for like hours. I'll get off this in a second. But what people aren't paying attention to is like a lot of the bio stuff that's going on. Meaning, like, you know, the problem with the human body is that there's so much information in our cells that we can't really create computer models. But AI is going to be able to get in there and really figure out at a cellular level how our bodies operate, and it's going to be able to figure out how to cure most of the diseases. Like, I think AI will cure cancer within the decade.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff. Like, people are looking at it like, oh, I use AI to write my book report or to write this memo. But no, what you really got to is to figure out what the heart. I mean, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
That's some cool stuff.
That's definitely like the best use I can.
The problem is none of us are going to have jobs, but we're all going to live until we're like 130. We're going to be 130 years old, jobless and broke.
I didn't even think about that.
But we're going to live longer.
Yeah, I am obsessed with this. Is like the absolute opposite of the future and AI is watching like ancient Chinese and Japanese like culture.
Yeah.
When they're just like digging up rocks and crushing it to a powder that's soaking in water, then skimming it off and then turning it into like a pot.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
So maybe in that sense, I'll just go live in like the mountains and just be like, no, I'm making pottery today.
Yeah. I've been joking around with my wife, like, we want to become homesteaders at some point, where we just learn how to live off the land and we don't have to worry about what the hell's going on in the world. We're good. We'll just live off the grid.
Dude, so if you can combine the technology and the living off the grid in the same way, that's the best.
I don't think I could do it, though.
I don't know if I can.
I pay someone to do my lawn, dude. So, like, you know, I'm not the kind of guy to go out and farm my own food.
Oh, that's fair. But you're the kind of guy that keeps my dad's job in business, so that's cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
Care.
I guess so, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to get your hands dirty, plant some peppers.
Maybe I should learn. Yeah.
I mean, there's time.
Yeah, my wife's a big hunter, though.
That's sick.
So maybe we could be more like a meat-eating crew. Yeah. No, she like goes out and kills deer and skins them and shit, and brings home
Yeah.
sausage and all kind of weird stuff, jerky.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's a big time hunter. Yeah, she's a badass. My
That's
wife's
incredible.
my wife's way more badass than me.
Dude, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's weird. I went to a this funny story. This year we went to this big hunting conference in Nashville, and I went with her and like all these guys, you go through all this huge arena with all these booths and shit with all these dead animals everywhere, and all these guys would stop me like, "Hey man, what do you hunt?" I don't fucking hunt, dude. I'm here with my wife, and they're like, "We've never heard that." You know, it's hilarious.
Very different. I mean, half my family is from Kentucky, so I know plenty of women who hunt.
Yeah.
But not as passionately as you just described.
Yeah, my wife's weird. She's like a debutante hunter. I mean, she's the girl that's you're gonna see looking all immaculate walking down the street and all smoking hot, and then she'll go throw on her camo and her fucking the camo on her eyes and stuff. And then be sending me pictures from turkey blinds, and I'm like, okay, cool.
It's literally like the main character in so many books. It's just the woman who's like beautiful, but I will kill you.
Oh, she definitely would kick my ass. I would never fight my wife. She'd fucking slay me. But yeah, it's like she sends me all these pictures all camoed out. I'm like, I'm glad you can sit there for 9 hours and have the patience for that shit, because that ain't me.
Bro, me either.
Nah.
My dad has tried, and I ping pong. Like when I was a kid, I would take my Game Boy and play Pokemon.
Yeah.
So like I was no chance was I gonna get into this. Although I do like the benefit of eating meat.
Yeah,
that you know where it like came from.
Yeah.
It's not super processed.
So I joke around about it. I really do enjoy certain kind of bird hunting. Like dove hunting is a lot of fun. Quail hunting is by far my favorite thing I've done.
Right.
Because you're also like moving around. You're not just like sitting in a duck blind or a deer stand or a turkey blind. I don't know what any of those things are. I just hear my wife talking about them. But you're like walking around a field with a dog. The dog's chasing these birds, and then you get to shoot the birds when the dog gets them. That's fucking fun. Yeah.
Oh, right, dude. That got me. That was funny.
Yeah.
I've done dove. Is it doves?
Those where you kind of like stand there and the birds are higher up. Quails where like they're down on the ground and the dogs go and find them, because it's also fun messing with the dogs and watching them work. But the dogs sniff them and then get on point, and then another dog jumps in and gets them out of the bush, and you shoot them when they come up. Then you got to be careful not to shoot your buddy's face off. I think quail. Remember when Dick Cheney shot that guy in the face?
Just about to say
I'm pretty sure that was quail hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I almost shot my buddy Matt Nichols in the face the other day. I should say like 2 months ago, came real close to shooting that fucker in the face, and I immediately, we both started laughing. Was like, and we at the same time we're like, and that's how Dick Cheney did it.
He was learning firsthand.
Yeah, because you hear that story, you're like, how could that dumbass do that? And then you're out there and you're like, oh, just like that,
dude.
Yeah,
that would be like. That's a good reason to drink afterwards, I think.
Oh, that's the best part. Is having a couple of bourbons out in the field.
Yeah.
That's glorious. That's a glorious feeling to have a couple bourbons on a big rock right when you finish hunting. Yeah, it's fun.
Dusk?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So good. What kind of bourbon?
Whatever my wife typically has. My wife's a big bourbon drinker. I like bourbon. I'm much more of a beer guy, but she's God, I can't remember what it is. Oh, God damn it. Why'd you ask me that? I can't remember what it is that she's always drinking. Now I'll think of it in a second.
All right, when you get home,
what is she drinking?
Ask her if she's had Jefferson's.
She has had Jefferson's because I've had it with her. Yeah. But what's like? It's got the Buffalo Trace. Okay, she drinks a ton of Buffalo Trace. That's what she typically has in the truck whenever we're going hunting. It's Buffalo Trace. Sorry, God, I had a brain fart there.
I mean, that's good taste.
I had to like close my eyes and see the bottle.
Did it go to like your mind palace?
There's a buffalo on it. Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, dude, that's that's good.
Yeah,
more a beer guy though. You said.
Yeah, I owned Frothy Beard Brewing for a while. I'm glad I got out of the business and sold it. Like, you should never make your hobby your job because it's not fun anymore.
Amen.
I sold Frothy, but I was really, really big into the beer scene for a while, and just kind of got out of it. Honestly, I just haven't been drinking much these days. Mm-hmm. But when I do, I'm a very seasonal drinker. So right now it's a lot of lagers. Yeah. But in the winter, I like to drink a lot of porters and stouts.
Amen, dude.
Yeah, or bourbon in the winter. Red wine, but the temperature down here in South Carolina dramatically impacts the way I drink.
Oh,
because sometimes, like on a day like today, it's just I just want a Chardonnay and a rosé.
Nice.
Because it's fucking 100 degrees.
Yeah, you need something that lifts you up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of beer now, unless you get like a, I don't know, Pilsner or something,
Yeah.
it's gonna weigh you down immediately.
I've been drinking a lot of Narragansett lager.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely have.
I go up to Bottles and get a 12-pack of that, every couple weeks. That's what I drink.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think so. My weird thing for like beer, the only thing I can drink year round, no matter what, no time, like even like today, if we were drinking, even like during a hangover, probably, I can drink Guinness at any point.
Yeah, Guinness is my favorite beer by far.
I mean, it blows me. Like anytime, like the second day of drinking with my brother, and I was like nursing that slight hangover that I got. That somehow he's older than me, but never seems to get hungover or even remotely seem like he's drunk. I don't understand. But he was like, "You want to go get drinks or whatever? I'll pick up a pizza." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I'll take a Guinness."
Yeah.
Because I know I can drink that.
It's always good.
Not hit.
It's got to be on draft though. I don't know what it is. I can't drink the can Guinnesses. I want a fresh.
Can doesn't bother me.
Really, I just want a fresh
The bottle
draft
sucks.
Guinness. Yeah, they do.
I don't enjoy the bottle. It's that extra nitrogen that I enjoy, but draft obviously is.
If I go to a bar, I 90% of the time get a Guinness.
Dude, nice.
Yeah. When I'm at home though, I'll leaning towards the Narragansett just because I want it on draft.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. I was gonna say next time I'll get Guinness, but I don't have a draft system, so.
No, not that I won't drink it. I just prefer it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have the choice, go for it.
Yeah.
Last thing before we end this,
yeah.
on the thing of Guinness, have you seen the people in Ireland doing the splitting the G?
No.
So if you get an actual Guinness cup, like the
pint glass, or
and they fill it up with your first like couple gulps or sip or one, however you can do it. Whenever you take that first amount and set it back down, they want you to have like the level of Guinness left to split the letter of the G in half.
Really?
And it's like a thing that most Irish
Never
people
heard of
can
it.
do over there. Social media got me. And so I've seen other people try and do it. I've done it once at the Knot, and I felt so good about it.
Yeah.
Never been close ever again.
I went to the Knot the other day for the very first time.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's way different than the dive bar it used to be.
Yeah. No, I went in there. Everybody was talking about their hamburgers. So we went in there and had a burger.
A Birchie, I think is what they call
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It was super good.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
I'll tell you, they're
love 'em.
strict on IDs, though. My wife, they wouldn't let my wife drink because she left her ID at home.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, she's 40. She's 29. She's 40 years old, I think. I'm like, dude, she's obviously not,
That's wild.
Yeah. They're like, no, we can't. We did everything we could to convince them.
I wonder if they got busted for not checking.
I was like, do you want me to call the
IDs?
sheriff right now? I just ran his campaign. I just helped work on his campaign. Like, should I just call the sheriff and him tell you it's okay? He's not going to give you a ticket?
Dude, good point.
No, I was kidding. I was kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I've never ever called on a client like that. But I was like, come on. It was just silly shit. I'm like, come on.
I mean, it's fun and
That's what I mean by like made up. Like everything's made up.
Yeah.
Like this rule that like obviously she's over 21.
Yeah.
Like this is just silly shit. And the reason that's a rule and the reason she's being so strict on it, and I'm going to go down this rabbit hole for a second, is because they're getting the shit suit out of them by trial lawyers.
Oh, that's right.
And that's the problem, because their insurance rates are going through the roof because of trial lawyers. And this is what bugs me about the system, man, is in South Carolina, less than 1% of the populace are trial lawyers, but in the legislature, 30% of the legislature are trial lawyers. So you've got all these trial lawyers making these shitty rules that allow the Knot to get these huge lawsuits filed, which means my wife, if she's not carrying the ID, and I'm like, well, just tell your wife to carry the ID. How hard is it? It's not that hard. My point is, it's all this weird made up shit so that these trial lawyers can use their jobs as politicians to pad their own pockets so they can go and sue these fucking bars. So yeah, I shouldn't have to carry around a license just so these trial lawyers can't sue these poor business owners. It's just ridiculous. Everything's made up.
Dude.
By a bunch of people that are either one, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, or two, are using the system to game it for themselves. It's ridiculous. The whole system's so messed up.
Yeah.
So question everything. That's what I mean.
I love
I
that.
brought it full circle.
Dude, I really like that.
Yeah, I had to,
That was good.
like narratively,
Yeah.
like how a movie, you gotta finish this. Yeah. Or like a Dave Chappelle skit, like how in the beginning, and then and then like an hour later he'll finish the joke just to bring it all full circle.
God, he's good.
He's so good. That's how I did that. That was my Dave Chappelle, and that's why you should question everything.
I mean, I love that. That's going to really wrap up this episode really well. Also, the title for the episode. That's easy.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Dude, well, thank you for coming
I wish to
on.
do this a lot, man. This is,
dude,
I
absolutely.
love your setup. Then it's 2 miles on the road from me. This is cool.
Oh, that's nice.
And next time we'll do beers.
Dude, deal.
Cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone, for watching.